وَأَهْلِهَا, and the people who will be entered into paradise. Whereby you find many ahadith talking about the descriptions of paradise. Things that we will not even pay attention to in this dunya. The ashjar, the trees of paradise, whereby a rakib, a swift rider, will ride for 100 years and not be able to cover the zill, the shade of that tree. Likewise the various palaces, the pavilions, the tents made of pearls. And what would be the state of human beings inside paradise, as we find in many, many narrations that we find. Rivers in paradise will be of pure water, of pure milk, of pure honey, وَشَرَابًا طَهُورًا, and a pure wine, which does not intoxicate the mind. And likewise you find the fruits of paradise, that you just lean towards the branch and eat the fruits, eat the animals, and they will return back to their original form. And some narrations that you find in the fruit, that every bite that you take will taste another flavor. Flavors that you cannot even imagine will be described and be given to you inside paradise. And served with goblets of silver and gold, which are forbidden in this dunya. Whoever drinks from them in this world will not drink from them in the akhirah. Whoever drinks from the wine, the khamr of this dunya, will not drink the wine of the akhirah, which does not mesmerize the mind. As for the state of the human being, there will be no defecation. There will be no going to the laboratory. The digestion of the believers will be nothing than bursts of musk. That is the way of the believer. The sweat of the mu'min will be none other than misk. As for the clothes that the believers will be robes of silk. Green robes of silk is what they will wear inside paradise. And covered with gold and pearls and silk, which is haram for the men of this ummah, but will be given to them once again in the akhirah. Whoever wears these things in this world will have them haram upon them inside the akhirah. And the youthhood will not decline, and people will not fall ill, will be amongst the other blessings that you find. And amongst the greatest favors you find, Ya Ahl al-Jannah khuludun fala maut. O people of paradise, live for eternity and there is no death upon you. Ya Ahl al-Nar, O people of the hellfire, remain in the hellfire for eternity, there is no death that will come upon you. And likewise you find the other sifat that many people want to play upon, or many people want to look into, those are nothing but the concept of women inside paradise. And I'm not in the mood to touch upon such an issue. But the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, أُعْطِيكُمْ أَفْضَلْ, shall I not give you the most greatest thing in paradise? Ridwani, Ridwanullahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. The pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the greatest thing. وَرِضْوَانٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ. The greatest thing that you can gain is the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I want to now indulge into my topic tonight, about what are those people who have earned the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who are those people? Al-mushtaquna ila Jannah. Who are those people who have a yearn, who have a desire, who have a hope, who have an aspiration to make it into paradise. Because some people amongst us fail to understand that there are people still steady, walking on this dunya, who are mushtaquna ila Jannah. Their body is physically amongst us all today, but their hearts are yearning for that higher aspiration of meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are men who have not changed in the slightest to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many of us may see many aspects of iman in our life, of standing in front of the Kaaba, of even carrying weaponry and standing there and reflecting. But when we return back to wherever our normal state is, then iman begins to go away. But those are the believers who their iman does not wither, does not go away. رِجَالٌ صَدَقُوا مَا آهَدُوا اللَّهَ عَلَيْهِ. They are men who remain true to their covenant. Wherever they be, their heart is only bleeding for one thing, to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are the people who are mushtaquna ila Jannah. Ibn al-Jawzi in his work, Sifat al-Safwa, brings this narration about Abu Khudama Ash-Shami. Abu Khudama Ash-Shami is a great mujahid who returns back to Medina. And the people come around him and say to him, you are a great mujahid, ya Abu Khudama Ash-Shami. Narrate to us one of the ajaib, one of the strange stories that you saw, a strange affair that you saw whilst in your journey in performing al-jihad. Something strange, something that will build up our iman towards making this noble action. Abu Khudama Ash-Shami narrates, I went to a place in Iraq and I called the people to jihad fi sabilillah. I spoke at various masajid. I gave them tarheeb. I encouraged them to come out and answer the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to stand in front of the crusaders. When night came, I reclined in a bed sit. I reclined in a hostel or a hotel in today's terminology. Somebody came in the middle of the night and began to knock on my door. I'm a stranger in this city. People don't know me. Who is knocking on my door? When I came out on the door, I saw someone wrapped up with their face. And I heard a woman's voice. She said, are you Abu Khudama Ash-Shami, the one who is calling people to jihad? He said, yes, I am Abu Khudama Ash-Shami, who is calling people to jihad. She said, I've got something to give you. Take this note and take this bag. Take this bag from me. And she left this bag and he opened the bag. Inside the bag, he saw 2 strands of hair made into 2 reins for the horse. She said, I cannot participate in jihad, but take these 2 reins of my hair, strap them round your horse, and when you go out to fight jihad. وَإِنْ كَانَ هَذَا الْعَمَلْ حَرَامًا. And the ulama said, for a woman to shave her hair is haram. But look at her raghbah, look at her desire to participate in jihad. She shaves her hair, makes them weaves them into 2 reins, gives them to Abu Khudama Ash-Shami, and says, I cannot participate. Ya ayyuhal muslimun al-an. Our Muslims at the moment, the coward Muslims they are. This woman shaves her hair, wraps it in 2 reins, and says, place it upon your horse. So when you gallop into jihad, you can hold firm to my hair. وَإِنْ كَانَ هَذَا عَمَلْ حَرَامٍ. Even though to shave a woman's hair, it's forbidden for her to do this action. And then you find that in the morning, Abu Khudama Ash-Shami leaves to perform jihad. Another individual comes with his face wrapped, begins to ride swiftly on his horse around Abu Khudama Ash-Shami, begins to show his talent in front of Abu Khudama Ash-Shami. He opens his face and he sees a face as bright as the moon, a face of a young boy, not even reaching the age of 17 years old. He says to Abu Khudama Ash-Shami, let me participate with you. He looks at him and says that you're not the age to participate. He said, don't you know the advice that was given to you yesterday? And the rain that was given to you and the bag that was given to you yesterday? He said, what bag are you talking about? What rains are you talking about? He said, don't you remember the woman who came to your door? What about that woman? He said, that woman is my mother. Because Abu Khudama Ash-Shami said, go back and serve your mother. So he said, go back and serve your father. He said, my father has been killed, made shaheed, inshallah, fighting against the Crusaders. He said, go and serve your mother. He said, that was my mother. My mother is the one that sent me out. And my older brother has been made shaheed as well. And I'm going to come with you, Abu Khudama Ash-Shami. Abu Khudama Ash-Shami didn't want him. But the boy became persistent to remain with him. So Abu Khudama Ash-Shami said that you can remain with us. The boy said, let me serve you at least. Let me be with you. And remain with you. Remain in your suhbah. So the boy decides they will take care of Abu Khudama Ash-Shami. Abu Khudama Ash-Shami said to him, go and prepare the futur. Prepare the meal. So Abu Khudama Ash-Shami rests with his friends. After a short while, they find that the meal is not present in front of them. Abu Khudama Ash-Shami gets up and begins to look for the young boy. He goes and he sees woods have been collected. The fire has been ignited. Something is boiling on the fire. And the young boy is lying beside the fire on a rock and fallen asleep. Abu Khudama Ash-Shami thinks in his mind, I'm not going to disturb him.